Hey everybody, it's me. Oh, what's happened in the past 3 days? I was supposed to be streaming this week. This video is gonna be unedited because I don't even have my video editing software at the moment. On Sunday, I got a Discord message from a good friend. Hadn't heard from him in a while. And I was surprised out of the blue that they sent me a message. This should have been foreshadowing and a red flag to me because nobody really talks to me on Discord. That's a whole nother thing in and of itself. So I try to think of the words here. It is 4:25 in the morning. Should give you an idea of how much sleep I've gotten. Very little. Right, let's continue. So the friend asks me if I would be available to try out a game. That's another red flag, but I wasn't paying attention at the time. That Sunday, I actually broke my computer chair. I've had this chair for 6 years and I had to go and buy a new one. So my priority was, well, I can't do anything on my computer if I'm standing, and I don't really have a spare chair, so I need to buy one. I told them I would be available later. Yeah, I had to put my chair together. And they understood. This person did a really good job impersonating my friend. Right. So a few hours later, finally available, I reach out to them. And they're like, sure, here's the link to download the game. The website is very legitimate, and I'm not gonna say what the name of the game is because I don't want anyone else to accidentally click the link and go figure out for themselves. But hackers are known for doing notorious things. Spoilers? So, he gives me instructions on how to install it because it was an invite only, and he has me put in his name and then my Discord ID. Okay, seems innocent enough. The website also had a trailer for the video too. It was a pixelated side-scroller co-op type of game, and he just needed some bug testing to be done, provide feedback for co-op mode, which I understand, especially if you're gonna play online. I downloaded the exe file because we need to try out the latest build, not the beta build. I download the file, run the exe. Nothing happens, nothing loads up, right? So I also have Discord on mobile and on desktop. And I start messaging them right away, like, hey, are you there? Nothing worked. Did I do something wrong? Yeah, the whole silent for like almost a minute. It felt like longer. And that's when I noticed that all of my messages were disappearing and all my friends are being unfriended automatically. I'm trying to keep calm and my hands are shaking because I just realized I did something that I tell people not to do. Don't download weird things. So after all my friends are gone, all my messages are gone, then he reveals himself and takes a screenshot of some my Discord information, like my login token, my computer name, my email address, my phone number. Thankfully, not my real name, because who would put that in your Discord? And he offers an ultimatum. I pay him $100 and he gives me the account back. Okay, I need to start thinking quickly here because he's not really giving me time, trying to be the big tough guy, as it were. So, yeah, I'm like trying to figure out what to do in this situation because I've never been in this before, or any for that matter, even though I've helped a few people how to get through this. I already got two people DMing me right away because they noticed that I had left some servers. Yeah, also during the situation, I'm on mobile, like, started to leave servers quickly. Yeah, that was part of 100 servers, but not anymore. And I'm like, I can't really answer because I'm sure the hacker is able to, like, view the stuff on his computer. I immediately reached out to one of my moderators and I mentioned to them, like, hey, call me. This is me. Please call. So I'm contacting them on mobile, explain what happened. And while it's going on, the hackers started to get very impatient with me. And even sends a screenshot of my computer screen, trying to figure out what I'm doing. Luckily, I don't think he heard the conversation because, again, this is on mobile. So I can't take pictures. I can't really do much because anything I do can and will possibly happen. Very scary. So while I'm stalling for time, I'm on my phone quickly trying to um, lock him out. I was able to do that very quickly. And then I quickly had to hurry up and change my password and move my old account to a new email, which was a lot more secure. The hacker then decides to send another screenshot of my backup email in another tab. Well, not necessarily my email, but just like the backup one I use. And then like other tabs and like a screenshot of him threatening to change the password was in progress, which I know this was kind of weird because my Gmail account has actually more unread messages than what it was showing. So I kind of got the impression that this guy was bluffing. At least had to be bluffing. So I'm continuing to play stupid and not knowing what I'm doing. And then, he's getting more patient 5 minutes, before he does anything, before he takes away my everything, as he puts it. And I'm just like, you know what? My internet's running slow and I'm just trying my best here. Like, be patient with me. I'm stupid, even though I'm not really stupid. I'm just stressing out and I'm freaking out here because I don't know if it actually happened. Eventually, after an hour, he leaves me alone and goes offline. I'm like, cool. Gives me a chance to breathe. So immediately I turned off Discord on desktop and proceed to download Malwarebytes to make sure I could figure out what exactly happened. And it turns out that there were a total of 50 Trojans on my computer, most of them info stealers. An info stealer, for anyone who isn't aware, is basically a person who will find the information to log into your account and try to get any type of information out of you, like your bank account and any other personal information to do as they please. Well, thankfully, they have not been able to access my bank account, get into anything else personal. So I could definitely get the impression this guy was an amateur and was just bluffing. But also, due to that, I had to make a new account on a backup phone. And suffice to say, a lot of trust was lost because when you make an account somewhat identical with the same name and you figure people would realize that, hey, it's you, something's wrong, most of them don't believe you. And without going into too many specifics, I had very, very several breakdowns because of this emotionally. Tried my hardest to prove that I am who I am and saying what I'm saying is accurate about this person. Brady on past events, how I met them, like embarrassing things, forwarding stuff from servers that I eventually had to rejoin on the new account. I left every single server on the old account. So I still have limited access and I'm just like trying to stealthily move myself into other servers so this way I can find people, friend them, warn them, tell them what happened. I'm grateful for those who were able to pick up on it right away and knew that it was me and trying to send voice messages like, this is not AI generated or anything, this is me. And yeah, I'm just like, this reminds me of something that happened to me in high school as well, but that's very far in the future. for revealing about me, but um, I'm recovered. Thankfully, as of earlier tonight, I was able to get the account back after some persuasion by another friend who's very much like doing an anime speech toward me. Like, you gotta get over the Sophia's attitude, sister. You gotta get back that account no matter what. It's like 10 years right there. And it just made me also think about things like I don't want to disappoint this person. And yeah. So I actually was able to reactivate the account. Thankfully, I didn't have two-factor authentication still because I lost the Authy token to get back in if something happened. But thankfully, that was not the case. So the account is locked down. It's secure. I got two-factor authentication. It's on a new email. I've reset the password, done everything that I could, got rid of my payment information, my phone number, just like anything to hide me. And then also I blocked the person to make sure that they don't try anything. So with her, I think they gave up. I'm also not going to say the name because I forgot the full name after I closed the DM. I suppose I should save that for evidence purposes. And also, as of today, I was able to reformat my computer, get rid of all the Trojans, a fresh new install, and um, it is going to be a bit before I can like get back to where I was. I can stream. I got most of my stuff like reinstalled for OBS. I got Steam running. Thankfully, Cloud Save was allowed to save my progress. But for like creative stuff and all that, it's gonna be a bit before I can get those. I still wanna try to stream, but things that I need to do right now are just not in the cards at the moment. If anybody is wondering, emotionally, I'm doing a little bit better. As my teary-eyed moments thinking back to like how much I had to prove to people that it was me. I also realized that this video's gone for very long, but I need to explain things. And I hope everybody understands. For everybody who told me not to worry, just know that, like I said, this is something that happened to me a long time ago in a very different situation, and having to prove myself that I was right and I was not guilty of things, trying to prove innocence. And I understand the internet trust is a very hard thing to come by when suddenly your, like, account and other things get compromised. So, this is also just me sending a message out to those on some of the servers that I know, like, hey, everything's okay. And this is the wrap up to what's happened. I'm gonna try to get back to streaming tonight. I'm probably gonna be very, very tired. I do have a busy day ahead of me. Not related to on the computer, but I'm enough to be able to get started on streaming and start playing games again. There's a few things here that I was not able to recover, and I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out. So it's gonna be a little jank for a while until we're back to normal. And I think I've rambled on enough. Um, Thank you for listening, and just know I'll be okay. And I thank everyone for being very patient with me. And yeah, we'll try to get back to where we were. It's going to be a bit of a rough spot, but we'll get there. All right. I probably should get this uploading, get some sleep. Take care, and I'll see you around.